Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, we've got an outlaw sighting. That's right, Josiah Deguara is back. And check out who's hanging out with us. The well-traveled Patrick Taylor is our guest. That Thanksgiving feast, it tasted a little better after the Packers toppled the Lions on Turkey Day. We'll look back at the big win with the guys. Plus, our Clubhouse Live Challenge is a fan favorite, and it might be a favorite for Josiah too. It's time to get started. Hey, Josiah. Hey, Patrick. Come on in.
Hey, good Monday evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Fox Club. We're hanging out inside Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium, Grand Chute, Wisconsin. This is the home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. It is also the home to Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. What a crowd tonight. How's everybody feeling? Man, oh man, what a little victory does over the Detroit Lions, right? Everybody's in a great mood. The playoff push is here. We're going to talk more about that in a moment, but first we got to give it up to tonight's High Fivers. They are also our high school team of the week. Check it out. They're the members of the top-ranked Hortonville girls basketball team. They're right over there. There they are. The Polar Bears are here. And we will get to know them a little bit later in the show. Thank you, ladies, for being here and helping us out. Hey, we got a lot to talk about. I know you're going to like this. Packers 29, Lions 22. What do you think about that? It was a very happy Thanksgiving indeed as the Packers, they stormed into the Motor City, got off to a fast and hot start, took down the rival Lions in front of a national TV audience that saw the potential of this young team, right, and this first-year starting quarterback. How about Jordan Love? Sensational throughout, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns, leading a Packers offense that finished with 377 yards. Love hooked up with 3 different players on touchdowns, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, and Christian Watson. 125.5 passer rating for Jordan Love. Fantastic. How about Christian Watson on Thursday? Big afternoon, 5 catches, 94 yards. That included that tough and contested 53-yard grab on the game's opening offensive play. Defensively, you got to give it up to Rashawn Gary, right? What a performance by number 52. Tied a career-high 3 sacks in what was an emotional return to Detroit for him. Second time this season he's actually had a 3-sack game. And how about Jonathan Owens playing some football too, huh? Game-high 12 tackles, 27-yard fumble recovery for a score. Don't look now, but the Packers, 2 straight wins, 3 out of the last 4, and they are in the playoff hunt in the NFC. Who would have thought that, right? Up next, the big Sunday night showdown against the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs at Lambeau Field. You know who likes it? Happy Vince is back. There he is. Happy Vince. He loves when the Packers beat the Lions and all bunch of sort of teams, right? And he loves it when the guys are here. First of all, our co-host is back after a 3-week absence. Tight end Josiah Deguara is here. There he is. How about a round of applause for him? And look who's hanging out with Josiah tonight. A guy who had no idea he was going to be here about a week ago at this time. And here he is on Clubhouse Live. It's running back Patrick Taylor. He's here too. First, a big thank you to our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. It's the last week of Cellcom's Black Friday sales. Now through November 30th, choose from a lineup of free phones. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. And Packerland Home Improvement has delivered superior windows and doors installation service for 50 years. Take advantage of their current special. Buy one window or door, get one 60% off plus 12 months no payments. And for folks in the audience or watching online, get an additional $250 off your entire project simply by mentioning Clubhouse Live. Packerland Home Improvement, it matters. It's your home. I have to do it, and I want to get through this ASAP. It's the worst part of the show. It is when I have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is the one and thankfully the only Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello, everybody.
Packers fans want my Bears, Brett, to get the win tonight. Can we wrap this up soon? They start playing really soon.
This is an hour-and-a-half show tonight, Ricardo.
Oh, come on.
That you miss kickoff and miss everything. But we are kind of rooting for the Bears tonight, aren't we? You kind of have to hope that the Chicago Bears win. So enough about your Bears.
Yes.
It's time to move on, Ricardo. How does this work?
First off, we're an interactive show, Brett. We really got a live and interactive chat going on, Brett. Very active tonight. Anybody in Cyber World, Brett, if you submit a question, you submit a comment, we'll get those questions over to you, Josiah and Patrick, right away.
As always, we're on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call
true.
it these days. Clubhouse Live is the hashtag. Follow me at PC Brett C. Ricardo's at Ricardo De Leon. Josiah's at Josiah D5 and at Patrick Taylor Jr. All right, Chiefs welcome mat is on the ground for the guys to wipe their feet all over to give them some good karma going into Sunday's game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's get our co-host over here. He's in his 4th season all with the Packers. He blocks, he catches, he's a veteran leader. He has one of the top beards in the NFL, right? We've established that fact. And he needs to get back onto the field ASAP. Let's give it up for our co-host. It is Green Bay Packers tight end number 81. We call him the Outlaw. It's Josiah Deguara, everybody. There we go. There's your intro music. That's a good intro song for you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You like that? You like it? You know what's beautiful? Look at this crowd here tonight.
Yeah, y'all
It's
look
full.
amazing.
It's like a full
y'all look
house.
amazing. Go Pack, baby.
What do you think? Huh? Amazing what a few wins does. Everybody's jazzed up, ready to go, excited. You're excited, aren't you?
Yeah, very excited to be back. Obviously, love doing the show and excited to be back here with all you guys.
Well, it's been, yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been 3 weeks. We haven't seen you in 3 weeks. Let's cut right to the chase. You're a little banged up right now. You're a little nicked up. You're dealing with something going on with your hip. Josiah, right now we got breaking news. When are you going to be back on the field? How are you feeling? Just tell everybody every little detail about your hip injury because I know you guys love talking about injuries.
Yeah, I'm getting better and taking it day by day. Yeah.
No, there's got to be more to that. Give us a little bit. You heard it during the Chargers game, but are you getting better? Is it feeling better? Or can we expect to see you sooner rather than later?
Yeah, I got hurt during the Chargers game, but just with the quick turnaround, I didn't want to put myself or the team in jeopardy. But yeah, obviously, feeling better day by day and should be out there soon.
Excellent. So we want to see number 81 out there doing what he does, being that veteran leader, whatever is asked of him. So I'm guessing that's kind of how you spent your little mini bye, though, a lot of rehab at the facility and not a whole lot of fun times or down times for Josiah Deguara, right?
No, yeah, I was at the facility a lot getting treatment with a lot of other guys on the team. We have a lot of guys that are banged up, but had to get the body right, but obviously took it for some, rest and relaxation. Got to spend some time with the wife and just chill and hang out and watch some football, which is always nice.
That's right. So, let's do this. I have 3 very serious questions. You know how we're like 60 minutes on Clubhouse Live, right? It's hard-hitting, deep investigative stuff. So this is my first question. How did the Deguara family celebrate Thanksgiving, right? Give us a little into your personal life. What did you do? How was the turkey? How was the food? Just take me all through it.
Yeah, so we actually when we got back, it was nice playing early on Thanksgiving because obviously we got a win, and then when we got back, it was only about 6 o'clock. So a lot of guys on the team got to get together. Went over AJ Dillon's in-laws house. Him and a few other guys were there. Got a nice home-cooked meal and had a great time. Just enjoying time with the guys, and obviously after a win, it was fun.
So this was not the Door County house, but the Green Bay house. So you didn't go up to Egg Harbor. All right.
Stayed in Green Bay.
Stayed in Green Bay. So what was your must-have Thanksgiving side? Right. Everybody knows about the turkey. What does Josiah Deguara need to have on that plate to make it a complete Thanksgiving meal? Are you talking chilies with noodles, right? Maybe.
No, not for Thanksgiving. No
okay.
Skyline for Thanksgiving. My go-to side is mashed potatoes because I love to mix together the mashed potatoes, turkey, and gravy.
Yes.
Gotta have it all together.
Just do
so
it, right?
That's probably my top, but you can't go wrong with any of the sides during the holidays.
No, you can't. And people used to criticize me because I just heap it all on the plate. And they're like, well, you have to have your potatoes separate from your corn. And I was like, it's all mixed up in your stomach anyway. Who cares? Just wolf it down, right? That's what Thanksgiving's all about.
I don't have to keep them not touching or anything like that.
Absolutely. So second serious question for you, Josiah. This is a big shopping weekend. Right? You had Black Friday, right? You had the weekend off today, Cyber Monday. What are some of the gifts that maybe Josiah has bought not only for his wife, but maybe his favorite Clubhouse Live co-host?
Yeah, my wife likes to give me ideas through random texts a lot of times.
Okay.
So I was able to tackle some Christmas for her and a lot of the family. Nothing specific, but as we've talked about, I'm a big golf guy, so I'm looking for all the Cyber Monday deals, you know.
So that's what you want under the tree, is a bunch of golf stuff.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Well,
yes.
maybe give me your number. I might text you some ideas for me, right, Josiah? I mean, this is the season of giving.
Yeah. You give me one, I'll get you one?
We'll do it.
Why not? Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Well, what does Josiah Deguara maybe want to see from his quarterback, right? Or maybe some of the running backs like Patrick Taylor, right? The guys that you are blocking for, making sure that they can do their jobs. He's sitting right over there with a big smile on his face. You know Jordan Love's a big fan of the show. He's been on here before. He's watching. What do you want, because you make their lives so much easier?
That's a tough question. One thing I would say about Christmas around NFL facility is there is a lot of guys with big paychecks, so to speak. So you have crazy white elephants. Someone may or may not have gotten a car last year.
Ooh.
So I wouldn't mind that.
Oh.
But we'll see. Nah, Christmas is a fun time for everybody, and we do a lot of fun things around the facility, and it's a good time.
I think Patrick just about fell off his chair when you mentioned a new car. I don't think that's coming from him. Maybe Jordan Love, but
Hey, Brett,
yeah.
Patrick just said very big checks coming now over there in the Lambo. Come on.
Yes, absolutely. Well, here's the last question, and this is something that has taken the NFL world by storm. It is the controversy from Thanksgiving Day. Why did Jordan Love not get a turkey leg for being the player of the game on Fox, right? All the other games on Thursday, they got their turkey legs. Jordan Love did not get a turkey leg. You're good friends with him. How is he dealing with the snub? Does he have a chip on his shoulder now? How is he taking this?
Yeah, he's going through a tough time right now. I think we should all thoughts and prayers with Jordan not getting a turkey leg. But I think somebody has to answer questions.
Yeah.
Am I right? Like, there's a lot of conspiracies going on Twitter or on X or whatever it's called. There's a lot of conspiracies going around. Somebody from Fox News, I don't know who works over there, but somebody owes Jordan Love a turkey leg for sure.
And an explanation. I don't know. They're saying, yes, absolutely. Ricardo, you saw Greg Olson.
Well,
he was sticking his fingers.
Yeah,
to the
what's
turkey
he
that
doing? Where are some gloves? What's he?
That was the
Yeah,
controversy.
is that true? During the broadcast?
He
I heard
did,
that,
yeah. And some people thought that he ruined the turkey that Jordan was supposed to eat.
Rubbing it like it was like a genie lamp. I don't know what he was doing there.
Yeah, someone get his number. Maybe we can
We're gonna have to
ask
do
him
that.
ourselves.
We're going to have to do that. Jordan needs his turkey leg for being the player of the game. All right, Rosie, we have 3 quick questions about the game coming up. It is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live gift of the night. What do we have there? Show us, Rosie. Look at Jordan. Look at that. Look at that stare. Look at this guy. Look at that face, Josiah Deguara. That's a man you don't want to mess with this guy right now, do you? That is a death stare to every cornerback, every safety, every linebacker that's out there right now. The guy is feeling it right now, isn't he? That guy's playing some good football.
Oh yeah, he's balling out, doing a great job out there for us, spreading the love to a lot of guys on the team. So yeah, you can't argue with what he's putting on the field. He's doing a great job.
Ultra confident right now with Jordan Love, and a career game, like 3 straight fantastic performances from number 10. Let's talk about your quarterback for a moment. As I said, playing the best football right now of his young career, right? Tell us a little bit about him, though, behind the scenes. We're talking in the locker room, in the huddle, on the practice field, that has teammates gushing about him as a leader and a person. Because we all see him on the field, but we don't see him behind the scenes, and you kind of hear people just really raving about how he's kind of handled himself and handled that locker room, handled the huddle. He never seems like he gets too low. He never seems like he gets too high. He always has that blank look on his face, like even keel as they come. Just give us a little bit behind the scenes of why the team loves this guy so much.
No, yeah, Jordan's a great leader. Obviously, he's a great player, what he's been putting on the field, but also just a great person. He treats everyone with respect. And everyone treats him with respect because of the type of person he is at the end of the day. If you're balling out on the field and not the same person in the locker room, a lot of the guys in the locker room won't respect you, but that's not what it's like with him. He's a great teammate, great friend, and like I said, he earns the respect of everyone on that team, everyone on the offense, and we give him the same, and he's done a great job of leading us as an offense.
Where has he taken the biggest steps, though, this season? You've been with him your entire career, right? You both came in 2020, but as you watched him start begin the season as a starter, where has he taken the biggest steps in really establishing himself as a bona fide starting quarterback?
Yeah, I think this year, obviously, him stepping into the leadership role, into the starting role. A lot of people look at quarterbacks as they have to be a leader, right? But it just comes to him naturally. It's something that he was born with. He's like I said, he's always the same person. But he's definitely stepped up in a vocal way because that's what he sees us needed as an offense. So he's done a great job becoming that vocal leader and also leading us, with his actions on the field.
He is, right? Looking good, Jordan Love. I give him a round of applause because he's playing great football. Not easy following Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, but he's doing it. He's doing his thing and being his own guy. I think you're right. I think that's the most important thing. Number 2 question. Your take on Rashawn Gary. Let's talk about this guy, right? He's got 8.5 sacks on the season. I think he's 1 sack away from tying his single-season career high, so he's going to get that. He's going to blow past that. But just how have you seen him evolve into one of the game's elite edge rushers? Because that's what he is right now.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and everyone on the team sees the work that he puts in. Obviously, last year going through an ACL injury, I got to speak to him a little bit because I went through the same thing my rookie year. So just to see his mindset going into that rehab, and then coming up out of it this season, it's been awesome to see him and all his hard work pay off on the field. Another one of those leaders for us, not only on the defense but as a team, always speaking up in the locker room, cheering on his guys when they're balling out. You can see it like the run A.J. Dillon had. He's the first one up off the bench, cheering on his teammates. So another great teammate, great person, and great leader to have in our locker room.
You ever go against him in practice? And what's that experience like?
Yeah, our outside linebackers make the tight end group a lot better. So, as you can tell with him, Preston, and you got the young guys as well. We got a great defensive line, outside linebackers, and Rashawn Gary and Preston are some of the best in the league. So to go up against all throughout training camp and the off season, it does nothing but make the offense better.
A quick bonus question before we finish up here, but how about, speaking of edge rushers, how about your rookie, Lucas Van Ness? How have you seen him evolve? He's kind of taken the same path a little bit like Rashawn Gary, right? Kind of transitioning into a new position in the NFL, but all of a sudden you're starting to see flashes out of him. And you even think about that fake punt attempt that the Lions ran, and he was the guy that came up with the tackle and forced I think a momentum-changing play because you guys scored a touchdown right after that. But how have you seen him grow? And maybe at some point you could have him and Gary as bookends. That's pretty formidable potentially.
Yeah, I think it's awesome to see him just kind of watch and learn. I mean, I haven't spoken to him directly about this topic, but I can imagine with the leaders and Preston and Rashawn that the people that he has in his room, he's just a sponge, taking it all in. There's great coaches on the defense side of the ball, but just to have those 2 players in your room, I imagine it's helped him tremendously on the field.
Yeah, it should be fun to watch him grow. Let's do one more question, and then we're going to take a timeout, Ricardo, and do tonight's stat pack. But what are we learning about this current Green Bay Packers team, right? It wasn't too long ago. You're 2-5 in a 4-game losing streak. It was looking a little bleak. And here we are, right? 3 out of 4 wins. We got this great crowd here, a lot of buzz, a lot of energy. Everybody's excited. How can a win like that over a really good Detroit team on the road on Thanksgiving in front of a national audience, how does that set you guys up for the rest of the season and even act as a springboard, right? Even beyond this season, going into next season with this young team that seems to really be growing right now.
Yeah, obviously wins like that, big wins, on national TV on Thanksgiving, it gives you a lot of confidence as a team. But that's something that we never lacked. We knew who we were, who we could be. It just came down to putting it out on the field, and you could see as weeks go by, we're playing more and more we're being more and more of a complete football team. So we just got to put that out each and every week. And LaFleur said today we're only as good as our last game. So we got to build on this one and put an even better performance out, coming up here soon.
There you go. How about Josiah Deguara? 3 quick questions about Thursday's game. You know what's amazing about Josiah, that this morning, Ricardo, he was clean shaven. I mean, look at this thing.
I know, it grows quick.
It's unreal how fast that beard grows.
You never know.
You never know. So let's do tonight's stat pack, our first time up. A couple of great stats, courtesy of the Twitter account @HistoricPackers. Definitely give them a follow. Really interesting Packers content on that account. But Jonathan Owens is the 4th player in team history to have scored a defensive touchdown on Thanksgiving. He joins Pro Football Hall of Famers Willie Davis and Charles Woodson, and also former safety Morgan Burnett. How about Jonathan Owens writing his name in the history books? And Jordan Love joins Tobin Rote. Randy Wright, that's crazy. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers as Packers quarterbacks to have thrown at least 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving. So Jordan Love getting his name in the Packers record books as well. So, hey, Ricardo, we're doing trivia tonight, aren't we?
We do trivia, but we do have rules, so please follow along here. First off, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you have to raise your hand. Don't shout it out, okay? You're going to give someone else a chance to win. Brett, if they win, what do they get?
We got some great items from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We got some Rattlers socks, a Rattlers baseball, and an Utter Tuggers shirt.
Oh.
Utter Tuggers.
Utter Tuggers,
Yes.
all right. However, if you're correct, you win those prizes, but you're out for the rest of the show. Sorry, live chatters. And there's an active chat going on right here from around the world. You got to be here to win. So
T-Rat socks and the baseball goes to the winner of this trivia question. Here we go. The Packers and Chiefs, right? They play on Sunday night. Of course, that's a rematch of Super Bowl I, which saw Green Bay topple Kansas City 35-10. Who was the game's MVP? Yes, sir. Come on up. You got it. Bart Starr is right. He gets the bell. I'll let you give him the prizes, Josiah. Right over here, sir. The legendary Bart Starr, right? 250 yards and 2 touchdowns to power the Packers. Starr was also named MVP of Super Bowl II. All right, we got an interesting guest tonight, don't we? Should we get him over here? Should we start picking on this guy a little bit? Should we start talking about him? Hold on, Patrick. I got a nice resume for you. Our guest tonight is in his 3rd NFL season, almost all of it with the Green Bay Packers, right? Except for a smidge there. He has appeared in 5 games with the Packers this season on offense and special teams. He got his NFL break by signing with the Packers as an undrafted free agent back in 2020 and has gone on to appear in 28 games so far. Our guest tonight enjoyed a standout collegiate career at Memphis, where, check this out, he finished with the 3rd most rushing yards in program history. He was tied for 2nd in rushing TDs, ranked 4th in carries, tied for 5th in yards per carry, ranked 5th in all-purpose yards, and tied for 4th with 11 100-yard rushing games. How about that for a collegiate career? Our guest tonight is a meticulous note-taker, I understand. He is a weary traveler, clearly, right? And one day, I understand, would like to run his own athlete training facility. We'll talk about that here in a little bit as well. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for Green Bay Packers running back? It's number 27. It's Patrick Taylor, everybody. There we go. He knows the rules. Stomp on the opponent's logo before you get to the desk. So, Patrick Taylor is here. He's getting situated. Welcome to Clubhouse Live. Patrick, it's good to see you. Thanks for being here. But because this is Josiah's show and you are his guest, Josiah insists on asking the first question.
Absolutely. I thought hard about this one. Patrick, what is your favorite breakfast cereal?
My favorite breakfast cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, boy. Look at the Hornville girls. They like it. That's like a little kid's cereal, Patrick Taylor. You're supposed to be eating Wheaties and Cheerios and, all that stuff
that has no
taste.
Stuff that has no taste is what you're saying, Brett.
Stuff that makes you regular, Ricardo. It helps your digestive system.
Come on, old man. No one wants to hear that.
Not the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Well, I tell you what, Patrick, thanks for being here. Just over a week ago, right? You were in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And now here you are in nice, toasty, warm northeast Wisconsin, right? It's not like winter or anything out there right now. How are you doing? I mean, there's no way that you could have imagined that you're sitting here at Clubhouse Live. And I know you're a big fan of the show. I know you're watching it last week from Foxborough. Absolutely. Is your head still spinning right now? Are you finally settled in? I mean, what has this last 7-8 days been like for the Patrick Taylor family?
My wife is over there sitting in the back, so it's been pretty crazy for her.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be on camera, I don't think.
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 Tuesdays ago, she was in Foxborough packing up the place that we just recently got there, apartment. So she had to pack up the whole Jeep, and everything, pack up my dog as well, and get him situated. And she recently got here last Tuesday, so it's been pretty hectic. But in chaos, I still have joy and everything, and I'm doing something that I love to do, and I have the support of my family, my friends, and teammates, so I'm good.
Good. He's doing good, right? Good to have him back. We'll talk about it here in a second, but for folks that don't know, he was with the Packers, right, since 2020, then got released in October, ends up on the Patriots practice squad, and just like that, he's back in Green Bay because they needed this guy back in Green Bay. He's a good player and knows what's going on. So how was Thanksgiving, though? Did you enjoy Thanksgiving? I mean, from my understanding, you had everything all mapped out. The family was coming in, turkey was ready to be put in the oven, and all of a sudden, here you are jetting back to Green Bay. Did the turkey make it? Were you able to have some turkey?
That's exactly what happened. So my parents had just recently bought a flight to Foxborough, Boston. So they were gonna fly there, and then I actually called my dad like Sunday afternoon, literally like right when I got the call from my agent. Hey, Dad, like I'm going back to Green Bay. He told my mom, and they were able to change their flights and everything, and we ended up having Thanksgiving right after the game on Thursday. Had some mac and cheese and gumbo and
there we go,
sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
I'm still reminiscing.
You still daydream about it, aren't you? I can tell.
I am.
It's funny because, well, that's the interesting story, too. You were watching that Packers-Chargers game, and you saw Aaron Jones go down, right, with the MCL. You saw Emmanuel Wilson go down, and I think you said, I don't know if you turned to your wife or something, but you said, I have a feeling we might be going back to Green Bay. And what was it, 3 minutes later, the call came, like seriously 3 minutes later.
Yeah. So I had missed my call from my agent, and my agent had called my wife, and she answered, and she said, "Is PT next to you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then can you give him the phone? And then he told me, he was like, "Looks like we're going back to Green Bay." I was like, "Oh, really?" And I had it it was in the back of my head, back of my mind, but I didn't know it was going to be happening that quick. So,
yeah, like during the course of the game that the Packers were playing. So we'll tell you what. Before I ask Josiah a little bit about you, I want to ask you this too. Signed by the Packers as an undrafted free agent in 2020, right? Didn't play that season because of foot surgery, right? From what happened in college. We'll get into that here in a little bit. So then you had 2021, you played here, 2022, and part of this season. Understandably, now you said upon your return to Green Bay that, or when you were released in October, you left a little bad taste in your mouth. So the question is then why come back? How did you kind of push that on the side? How did you not hold any grudges and say, you know what, yeah, I'm coming back to Green Bay? Because I think you could have declined it, right? You could have said, nah, I'm not interested. That ship has sailed.
It was too good of an opportunity to pass up. And I love Green Bay. I've been here for 4 years. So Green Bay has my heart, has a special place in my heart. And I just wanted to come back and help this team win in every way that I can, whether that's special teams or playing on offense. So I died to my pride, as hard as that was, and I decided to take the opportunity.
Good to have him back, isn't it? Yeah. Did you gain, I know you were in New England just a brief little time there, October 10th through, I guess, last week, but did you gain a different perspective of Green Bay, or maybe an appreciation that, hey, the grass isn't always greener somewhere else, that, like you said, you really like being here? I mean, you saw another organization, how that worked. Did you gain more of an appreciation for the Packers and how they do things?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, New England is a great organization, but when you're somewhere for as long as you've been accustomed to a lot of things that go on around in that organization, such as the Green Bay Packers. So, I mean, it was hard to go from here and go to New England.
The beautiful thing is the Patriots, all they're going, Ricardo, is maybe the top draft pick in the 2024 NFL draft. You have a chance at the playoffs, right? He's got a chance at the playoffs. New England doesn't have a chance at anything like that. So here you go. But your first impression of Green Bay, though, we got to go all the way back. This was before you were signed by the Packers. You had foot surgery. You would suffer the Liz Frank injury in Memphis right away your senior season. Ended up coming to Green Bay. Dr. Anderson did the surgery, well-renowned orthopedic surgeon. Just happened to be in Green Bay at the Titletown area, I think. But it was a cold, snowy, wintry day in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and you thought what about the Packerland at that time?
There is no way I'm coming to Green Bay.
Absolutely.
And surely enough, my agent called and said we're going to Green Bay.
Oh.
April 26th.
2020.
2020.
Well, a little bit more springtime at that point versus that cold, bitter winter day that you saw for your first impression. You love it now, don't you?
Oh, I love it now. Still pretty cold.
It is.
Snow's a bit too much of my liking, but it's really nice. It's really I really enjoy being here, and I love the people that I've come to meet and build relationships with. So. I love Green Bay.
You're a Northern California guy, yeah. He's from Northern California. You're from the Houston area. So yeah, this weather ain't the best, is it? Well, I tell you what, we don't like it either, Ricardo, do we?
No, sir, especially as you get older, right, Brett?
Absolutely. Just wait. Wait, you Hortonville girls. When you get old like us, you're not going to like this weather either. Josiah, give us a little brag up on this guy a little bit, Patrick Taylor, right? You've known him again throughout your entire career, right? What does he mean to the team? Great to have him back. He does things on offense. He does things on special teams. Seems like just one of those just invaluable guys that you need to win games with.
Yeah, me and PT came in together in 2020, so it's cool to see. Time flies. Looking back now, it's been almost 4 years, so it's pretty cool to see how far we've come. Obviously, as you've heard, PT's been through a lot, and that's just a sliver of it. But he's never wavered. He's always been the same person, like you said, walking in joyful with a smile on his face every single day. But definitely one of my best friends in the locker room. We got to go to each other's weddings back-to-back years. So, a great friend of mine and a great teammate at the end of the day, and someone that obviously we're very glad to have back.
Yeah, very glad to have back indeed. Patrick, since you're now at the desk, do you have any response to Josiah wanting a car for Christmas time from his running back room?
I don't know if I specifically said that, but yeah, I'd love to hear this answer.
I'm putting words in your mouth. I am, yeah.
A car? Oh, yeah.
He's already forgot.
I think we could arrange that. I don't know if you'll be able to drive it, but we could get you a car.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's do it. You heard it from him.
Interesting. Why wouldn't you be able to drive the car?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder why.
Wonder why. So I tell you what, Josiah, a little bit more. Now, Matt LaFleur has gushed about this guy's notebook. Have you seen this supposedly legendary notebook that Matt LaFleur said is maybe even better than some of the quarterbacks on the roster? Is he that meticulous of a note taker?
I'm not sure. I'd love to hear it from him, though. He is always writing stuff down.
Is he?
So
note taking.
I'd love to hear a little more about it.
Yeah. Tell us about this vaunted notebook or notebooks that you have with all this information. Because Matt LaFleur says that you are a crazy note taker. Very detailed.
My rookie year, I really wanted to learn the playbook. So I had all these sticky notes and highlighters, and I was really detailed on certain things such as like alignment, assignment, technique, things of that nature when it comes to certain plays. I would say he might have walked in and took a look at my notebook and said that. But I'm a very detailed guy when it comes to knowing what I'm doing and knowing what's going to happen. Because there's no such thing as being over-prepared. And that comes to knowing your job and knowing your assignment. So,
Good lesson for the young athletes out here. You can never prepare too much for your next opponent. Well, take us through your journey quickly. We kind of touched on it. Undrafted free agent, right? You had the Liz Frank injury at Memphis, some setbacks there. How does a guy that's gone through that adversity, how do you, number one, not only stick on the roster, because that's hard to do, but remain on the roster and be a key contributor to the offense and special teams? How have you done it? How have you persevered through some of the setbacks?
man, how long y'all got?
All night long, Patrick.
No, but I'm big in my faith. God has gotten me to the point I am today. Yeah, y'all can clap it up for that. God has gotten me to where I am today. First game of my senior year, got hurt in the fourth quarter. Thought it was just a mid-foot sprain. Ended up going to the doctor, and they let me know what it was. And of course, I broke down because, I'm passionate about this game, and it was my senior year. And, you get a quick flashback of, all the things that you've done leading up to that point to put you in a position to, change your life and reach a dream. But during that time of my trial and tribulations that I had to go through, I was able to grow in that. I was able to be a better son, be a better brother, be a better teammate, be a better future husband, be a better future father, things like that. I think God really showed me to really trust in Him in every situation that I go through. And from there, I was able to go from an undrafted guy who, didn't really see the football field my first year in the league because I was still hurt. And then the year after, I was able to go through all the ups and downs and things like that. It was all because of God. I was able to persevere through those things. And I would say the main thing is my faith.
Yeah, absolutely. Please. A few more things, and Ricardo, we're going to do our social media question of the night. I also found this interesting, too, that you have an experience through Hurricane Katrina, right? A lot of your family members were based in that Louisiana, New Orleans area when the hurricane hit, which displaced them, and then your family ended up taking, I think it was like approximately 50 friends and family into your house during that time. You weren't in that area, that New Orleans area, I don't think, at that time, right? So how did that experience ground you? And I think it kind of made you realize that idea of being a servant leader, right? Giving versus maybe taking or receiving. So how did that experience change your life?
Just being able to see all of what my parents did to open up their house for our family. And friends that were affected during Hurricane Katrina. I was loving it because I was able to spend so much time with my cousins. We were all outside playing tag and things like that. But my parents were working hard. They still had jobs to go to, and they were still making food, making sure our family and whatnot were fed. People were making pallets and they're like all over the house. So it was a lot that my family had to go through, but seeing that servant type of deal that my parents did, it was amazing.
Two more things for you, Patrick. What jumped out to you when you came back to Green Bay on the trend of the offense, on Jordan Love, on these guys offensively, right? You left in October, things were kind of rough going, and now all of a sudden you come back and it seems like they're clicking on all cylinders. What jumped out to you as far as where you saw the area of growth offensively from when you left to when you came back?
I think it's just the confidence that everybody's playing with. Your rookies aren't playing like rookies anymore. You know, Jordan's playing with a different swagger than he has before. Offensive line is playing well. Tight ends are playing well. Running backs are playing well. So it was like seeing those guys. I was still watching games, you know, because you know I love my teammates, and I was able to see like how well they're playing and the confidence that they played with, and the plays that they were making. I mean, it wasn't. There wasn't no like hesitation in anything that they were doing. So, I would say the confidence that they have for sure.
Last question for you. You have a business management degree?
I do.
Yep. And you hope to one day run your own athlete training facility. Is that still the case? And why, number one, does that interest you? And number two, let's say I was to come into your facility, right? How are you going to whip me into some shape, Patrick? What would be your first order of business into making me an elite athlete?
Well, first off, we would have to see your movement.
Okay. I'll show you my movement.
Like,
it's all right. I can move a little bit.
Well, I mean, before we get to training and everything, we'll have to do some guidelines as far as like your seeing how your ankles are moving, how your knees are moving, how your hips are moving, things like that, shoulder mobility and stuff like that. And then we'll progress from there as far as
I get the feeling you think I'm a lost cause. Is that what we're getting at? Is that what we're getting at here?
No, that's just guideline. That's what I had to do. You know what I mean? So I know from before, from the guys that have trained me, that's what they did. So, you know.
But that's the plan, right? You want to open up a facility at some point post football career?
Yeah, post football career. I think that's something that I want to do. My sister currently has her own training facility where she trains softball players and things like that. So I think I'm kind of following in her footsteps in that regard. I love the lives that she's able to affect in that place, in that setting, and able to just see girls or boys do well in the sport that they love to play.
Absolutely. How about Patrick Taylor tonight, getting to know the Packers running back? All right, Ricardo, I'm going to kick it over to you because you have tonight's social media question of the night.
I do, and this is from Ryan Lanning on Facebook. He wants to know, hey, since I'm thinking this is directed toward Josiah, since you played for Luke Fickell at Cincinnati, what are your thoughts on him in the direction of Wisconsin football?
Great question. I've been meaning to bring up Coach Fickell to the Outlaw here, but got the Badgers with a big axe victory, right? Taking down the Minnesota Gophers. Much to the chagrin of my oldest, who's a proud Minnesota alum, but Luke Fickell.
Yeah, Coach Fickell is a great leader, a great coach. Obviously, I've been asked this question a decent amount this year from all the Wisconsin reporters and stuff like that. And obviously, it's been somewhat of a rocky year, but ended on a high note. Or are they going to a bowl game? Could end on another high note. But yeah, beating your rival is always great. But I always tell people my first year in Cincinnati with Coach Fickell, when he came, it was like my redshirt sophomore year. We were like 4-8, so a lot worse off than what Wisconsin's doing this year. And we turned around, and obviously you saw the success that Cincinnati had down the road, even when I was gone. So it was pretty cool to see. Obviously, Coach Fickell's a great person. He's a great leader of men. He establishes culture. He's the same person all the time, and you can really respect that. So. Wisconsin is in great hands, and you should expect to see a lot in the near future because I experienced it personally. So
there you go, Coach Fickell. See how he does in the years to come. For having his question selected, Ryan wins a signed photo of Josiah Deguara. Each week, we'll ask you to submit a question for our co-host or guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look for it on Facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Please give us a like as well. We're going to take another time out. And again, folks, stick around after the show, right? We're going to give away 2 of these great Mean Gene bobbleheads, our unofficial mascot, courtesy of our friends at Bobbles Galore. Bobbles Galore is your source for the largest selection of bobbleheads you will find anywhere. That includes a great selection of Packers, Brewers, and Bucks bobbleheads. Shop bobblesgalore.com today. Ricardo, trivia question number 2. It's your turn to ask.
That's right, and I need you 3 to look out in the crowd to see who raises their hand first. Here we go, trivia question number 2. We mentioned the Packers-Chiefs showdown in Super Bowl I earlier in the show. Who scored the game's first touchdown? I see someone raise their hand first.
No, he put it down. He put it down.
Oh, we did? Okay. Who scored the game's first touchdown, which also happened to be the first TD in Super Bowl history?
Mean Gene had his hand
Whoa,
up first.
Mean
Who
Gene,
is it,
okay.
Mean Gene? He's got it. Max McGee. Come on up, Mean Gene. Our unofficial mascot. Getting the Utter Tuggers shirt. You notice that the Hortonville girls love Mean Gene, don't they?
Yes,
Always
they do.
cheering for him. So Max McGee's acrobatic one-handed catch in the opening quarter, in which he had to lean back to make the grab, goes down as the first touchdown in the Super Bowl. McGee, remember, he came in after Boyd Dollar got hurt, ended up with 7 receptions for 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, despite having been out on the town the entire evening before. He was partying it up before he had to play.
Yes, he was infamously drunk or hungover, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Okay.
So, hey, Rosie, we need some music because it's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge, sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Your Center for Dental Excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay in back-to-back years. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. Guys, hey, Mike Cruz, I need your help with this, Mike. Guys, we have a physical challenge for you tonight, and it's going to require me to kind of get up and get moving around a little bit. Let's get this set up, Mike. The time has come to play a little Packers ping pong here, everybody. What do you think of that? Packers ping pong here on Clubhouse Live. Let's get this net set up first. There you go. You each get a paddle. Now, Josiah, hold on now. Let me move some things out of the way. I got him right in here, Mike.
Putting me on the
As
spot.
you can see, no
Put me on the
expense
spot.
spared for this.
Yes. I'm going to move all of the stuff out of the way so these guys can play. Well, first of all, this is what you guys are playing for playing partners. So this is the rules of Packers ping pong. We haven't played this game now in a couple years. The first time we've done this since 2021. Now, the first player to win 5 points wins the game for his playing partner. Now, if memory serves, Josiah, you said you were a master ping pong player when we first introduced you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what you said. I can play it back. So this is what you guys are doing now. Josiah, your playing partner tonight is AJ Eno, way back there. That's your playing partner. And Patrick Taylor, Jay Carlson right in front of you. That's your playing partner. Now, the winner tonight, where did I do with this? We've got some Shields gear right here. We've got this Shields Auto Emblem, Packers Auto Emblem, courtesy of Shields. That goes to the winner. A signed photo of the Outlaw, Josiah Deguara, and everybody likes it. We need him now. It is a USA Today Network Wisconsin ice scraper. You need those for your cars. The runner-up tonight gets everything but the Shields prize. So let me move some things out of the way here, Josiah, okay? We'll get everything going. Now, 5 points. Let me get the ping pong balls for you. Oh, you got them. Okay. So I'm going to get out of your way. So, Josiah, since you're here, watch out for the cord. I don't want you to trip. Since you are the star of the show, you start first. So who thinks Josiah Deguara is winning Packer ping pong tonight? Okay. How about Patrick Taylor? Who thinks Patrick Taylor? Well, okay.
Whoa!
Now keep in mind,
No pressure.
Josiah is a master ping pong player. Now, it's not points by serve, it's just points, okay? It is that's why we call it Packers ping pong, right? So Josiah starts. Rosie, we need some ping pong music, please. And how about cheering for the guys here? Get them all fired up. Go ahead, Josiah. There's one for Josiah. How do you want to? It's up to you. Do you want to? Yeah, let's do it that way. So 1-0 Josiah. That's okay. Now it's 2-0 Josiah. Patrick missed the serve. Whoa! That's a good hit, Josiah. That's 3-0 Josiah. That was a great play right there. Very well done, Patrick. You got some coming. 4-0. Patrick, you cannot get shut out here at Packers ping pong. And did that get the table? No, that's it. 5-0.
Whoa.
Josiah Deguara is the champion tonight.
I don't play ping pong.
So Rosie, we need some championship music because AJ, you go home with the Shields Pride, the signed photo, and the ice scraper. Jay, you're still going home with a signed photo and an ice scraper as well.
I didn't lie. Apparently, I didn't lie.
That might have been the greatest Packers ping pong point I've ever seen on this table. He leaned forward and somehow was able to get it over there. So how about a round of applause for Josiah tonight? Patrick Taylor, what do you have to say for yourself?
If I knew we were playing ping pong, I would have practiced.
Especially on this table, right? Well, I
That
tell you what.
That was bad.
I tell you what. Let's just take a break here, and we're going to wind down here. Yeah, we'll get this out of the way. Thanks, Mike. Ricardo, I think it is time for tonight's high school team of the week.
And they are sitting right in the middle here. So, ladies, if you could please stand up.
Yeah, we've
also,
got,
Coach.
Who do we have? We have
here.
the top-ranked Hortonville girls basketball team, right?
Yeah.
How about that?
Fantastic. Listen, Brett. These girls enter as the #1 ranked team in the state. They also happen to be one of the best teams in the best conference in the state, in my opinion. Fox Valley Association, everyone knows, right? Has Nina, obviously
Kimberly.
Hortonville, Kimberly, all those teams in there, Brett. They're loaded with talent and will be a contender to not only win that Fox Valley Association title, Brett, but the Division I crown. They're coming off, right, that state tournament appearance last year, girls. So, Coach, again, come on, Coach, what are you sitting down for? You got to stand up, too.
Come on, Coach.
now.
AC,
Yeah.
stand up.
Hey, listen, Brett.
There he is right there.
That's AC Clothier. Listen, he took them to state in his first season as their head coach. So congratulations, Coach. Come on with your
There
girls.
he is. There he is.
Yes. Hey, Brett, few more things. They're back in action tomorrow night at home against Oshkosh West. And Brett, to me, I think this is a team that might just get back to state again.
We will.
Coming up in March.
We might have to stream a few of their
Yes,
games, huh,
and
this season?
you'll see me and Brett's ugly mugs at your game doing the live streaming plenty of times this season, girls. So best of luck. Congratulations.
Hortonville girls basketball. There they are. Coach Clothier. Thank you for being here and hanging out with us tonight. We love it. But you know how old I am? I covered AC when he was an athlete at Xavier High School.
That's old.
how old I am right now.
Yes.
I remember those days. The
That's
glory
right.
days, AC, right? The glory days. So, well, let's do this. It is the season of giving, Patrick Taylor. Ricardo, I'm out of frames, okay? So I have no more frames to put these pictures in, but I have some pictures for you, some mementos, right? Some memorabilia for you from your playing days, maybe that you can put up in your man cave at some point. You can give it to your wife, maybe she can frame them, and you can find a good spot for them at home. So Rosie, let's put up picture number 1 of what we're going to give away to Patrick. Look at this move against the New Orleans Saints. Look at him doing his thing. That's for you, for the man cave. And let's put up the other one, Rosie. You know we got to do one of these. This is Patrick Taylor celebrating a Lambeau leap. You got to watch those hands from the fans when you're doing the Lambeau leap, right? They go in places they're not supposed to go. All right, let's just say that. There's some crazy fans out there as well. So, hey, Ricardo, but enjoy those. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being a good sport. We appreciate you. Do we have audience questions?
Yes, we do. So why don't you kill the time a little bit? We need Van Handel up here. Mr. Trunk. Where's Mark Trunk coming up here? And, we have Callie and Emmy.
Yeah.
Got to come up here. So come on up.
Come on up, and
You
we'll do
three.
audience questions here in a second. But You are a master ping pong player. There is no doubt about that.
Apparently. Yeah.
I got
All
a
right,
ping pong
since well,
table
you
in my
girls
man
can come
cave.
first. Right here.
Come on over sometime.
Here we go.
Yeah,
And
let's do it.
I'll
actually,
beat
I'm
ya.
going to
Yeah,
have
no,
you
you won't.
ask the question.
All
So
right,
here we go.
We just killed some time. Now you're
Okay,
ready.
there we go. Okay, these Hortonville basketball players, Emmy and Callie. Emmy, what is the question from you and Callie?
Okay, are your favorite colors actually green and gold?
No.
Yeah, can't-
My favorite color is purple.
Purple, okay.
Yeah.
Now listen here. That guy back there likes it. That's a Viking fan back
nothing,
there.
It's nothing. It has nothing to do with the Vikings. I promise. Please forgive me.
All right,
I was
Josiah.
going to say mine's blue, and we just,
Navy
played the
blue,
Lions,
Chicago
but-
Bear blue?
Maybe Honolulu
No,
blue.
Royal blue. Royal blue.
Royal blue. Not the green and gold, but that's a great question.
Great question,
great question.
girls.
Great
Thank you
question.
so
Thank you
much.
very
Okay, who
much.
do we got coming up here? Van Handels? Oh, Mark Trunk. Okay, Mark Trunk, you have your question here. Go ahead and ask it. Come up here closer by me. Get it in camera. There we go.
All right. What was your favorite game so far in your NFL career?
Who wants to take this one?
You take it first. Huh? You take it first.
I would have to say my first game, to be honest. It was during COVID. We were in U.S. Bank Stadium, and no fans. Just all you could hear was the cheers on the sideline and the noise from all the players. So one of the most unique, atmospheres I'll ever play in. So that was probably, my favorite thus far. And there's a lot more than that, but that's what I got to think of off the top of my head.
An odd time for sure. How about you, Patrick?
I'm gonna say when we played Seattle in 21.
Okay.
It was actually like my first time being in on offense, and I could like visually like remember it like it was like kind of snowing. Aaron Rodgers gave me the play. I was in the huddle. Mercedes Lewis is standing right there, and he's like, "Hold on to the ball."
There's some confidence there, huh?
I was like, "Oh, okay."
Thanks,
So
thanks, big dog. Yeah.
Thanks, big dog. But I've ever remember that one.
Okay.
Interesting. That good stuff. And
Good
we got one more, Ricardo?
Yeah, coming on up here, the Van Handels.
Hey,
Let's get you in frame here. He's a little too tall.
He's a big guy.
hey, Josiah. Hey, Patrick. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What do you guys do for each of you? What do you guys do to stay ready and fresh every game, ready to go when your number's called? And also, along with that, we know the NFL is about, there's ups and there's downs. What do you guys do to, number one, if you get off a really good play or a really good drive, how do you keep going and stay the course and keep pushing forward and not get, too complacent, I guess? And then also, if you have a bad play or a bad drive, how do you keep positive and bounce back from that? Thank you.
You want me to go first? So what was the first? The
First question
part
was,
of-
how do you guys stay like fresh and ready to go when your number's called?
Okay, so like staying fresh and ready when my number's called. That comes with like being prepared, knowing your assignments and things like that, and within the ebbs and flows of the game, there are going to be high points and there are going to be low points, but you have to stay even keel in the middle. Even when you have those great plays or when you have those bad plays, you got to be able to shake those off and come back and make the next one when the team needs it most.
Yeah, on top of what he said, obviously you always got to stay locked in when you're on the sidelines just to be ready when your number's called. But speaking of Big Dog, something I learned from him when it comes to the highs and the lows of the game, he told me one time what makes us professionals is the way we handle adversity. Because adversity, you face adversity multiple times a game, and no matter what happens, at the end of the day, you just, like you said, you got to stay even-keeled, you got to stay calm. I always try to take a few deep breaths on the sideline, good or bad, coming off. And that was the epitome. Big Dog was always on the sideline, like no matter what was going on, if it was hectic or anything like that, he was always just sitting there with the blank stare on his face, like taking deep breaths, getting ready for his, his time out on the field. So I learned a lot from him.
Very good. Thank you all for the questions.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, we gotta kind of sprint to the finish line here, but hey, Rosie, we're gonna do a quick little plug. One of our favorite guys is here tonight. Hey, Rosie, put up the picture. Check out who's here tonight. We have Mike Thiel. Mike, get in there with Ricardo.
Come on over here.
Eric lives here.
Good buddy of ours.
He's over here. He wrote the song MVP, which he has graciously allowed us to use as our theme song. There's a good picture of Mike, theme song for a number of years here in Clubhouse Live. Mike and Eric Lives Here will be doing a show this coming Sunday in advance of the big Packers-Chiefs showdown. You can catch Mike at the Titletown Game Day Live tailgate from 4 to 6:20 p.m. That's at the corner of Ridge Road and Lombardi Avenue near Hinterland Brewery. So check that out. And Mike will be sure to get you all in a good mood before that big Sunday night game, doing all that good stuff. But Mike's a former colleague of ours.
Yes.
He lives down in the Nashville area. Good to see Mike Thiel.
Good to see you, Mike.
Here there. So we appreciate you, Mike. Josiah, I'll give you this one. Speaking of the Chiefs game coming up, hey, they're the defending champs, right? Is this just another game for you guys, right? Because that's kind of the cliche answer. Or is this a benchmark game? Is this a game where you can say, okay, this is where we're at compared to the defending Super Bowl champs? So how do you guys approach this big game coming up on Sunday night?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest game is always the next game, but obviously we know coming off the 2 wins and having the Super Bowl defending champs coming into your house, it's a game that we would love to take advantage of. We're going in the right direction, so we just got to keep it rolling. But every game is just as important as the next, but this is a big one for us, and we're going to try to take advantage of it this weekend.
Patrick Taylor, I'm telling you, the weather sounds like it could be a sloppy, rainy, maybe a little sleet mixed in on Sunday night at Lambeau Field, really cold, just the kind of stuff that you love, right? That's Packers weather.
That is Packers weather. Going into this game, if it's like that, I would assume we would like to run the ball. But this is a big game because it's the next one. I think it's a good opportunity for us to put our talents on display on such a big stage as this one, Sunday Night Football. In Lambeau Field.
We'll see how it goes. How about a big round of applause tonight for the Outlaw and Patrick Taylor? Well, Ricardo, let's go up north. Speaking of Packers Chiefs Sunday night at Lambeau Field, who are you predicting will win the big game?
I picked the Packers to lose the last couple of weeks, Brett, and they've won. So I'm picking them to beat the Chiefs, Brett.
Oh, hold on here. There's a method to his madness, I think. That's a little reverse psychology. So I'm going to trump that because this little thing that I've been putting on my head has been bringing some victories lately. It's the Packers winter knit cap, and it's going on my head again. What do you guys think? I'm picking a Packers victory. How about 27-24? It's going to be a back-and-forth game, right? It's going to be a classic Sunday night matchup. Mahomes will make his usual plays, but Love ultimately outduels the future Pro Football Hall of Famer. He directs a late game-winning touchdown drive, and the Green Bay Packers go home happy. They're 6-6, and they're going to be celebrating another big victory at Lambeau Field on Sunday night.
But is Taylor Swift going to be there?
Well, we don't. Taylor Swift. Yeah. Are you guys all excited that Taylor Swift could be there on Sunday night?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know. That's what I heard.
I don't think the Outlaws too enthused about Taylor Swift. Maybe we can talk about Taylor Swift next week. But what do you think? You like the Packers to win on Sunday night? Yeah. Ricardo, a few more things. Packers News app.
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Hey, Brett, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access to the Packers News app, and PackersNews.com can be yours for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Please subscribe today because we need that money.
We do. Special thanks to our sponsors and friends. First, our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement, and our segment sponsors, Bobbles Galore and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Finally, thank you to our supporting sponsors and friends. We have Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here. Miller Lite, and the good folks here with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and the Fox Club. By the way, Ricardo, speaking of the Timber Rattlers, did you know 2024 tickets are on sale, so be sure to grab those. And now through tomorrow at 10 a.m., no online fees for those. So check out anything and everything Wisconsin Timber Rattlers at timberrattlers.com. And don't forget, tomorrow's Giving Tuesday, so something to think about here this holiday season. Talking about being a good servant, right? Maybe time to give back. So Josiah Deguara, this is your show. You have the final word tonight.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for coming by today, having a good time with us. Let's keep this thing rolling and go Pack go.
There you go. Keep those claps coming for the Outlaw, for Patrick Taylor, for Ricardo and the crew. I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night at 6:30 with Keyshawn Nixon as we do celebrate a big Packers victory over the Kansas City Chiefs here at the Fox Club and Clubhouse Live. In the meantime, Mean Gene, take it away. Stick around for some giveaway.